Hi, it's Jo and today I'm going to be watching Supergirl Season 4 Episode 2 Fallout. I thought it was a fairly strong episode, the premiere. I think for me it felt like because so much of the show has changed now, we've lost Win, we lost Mon-El again, but John isn't in the DEO anymore, Alex is now the head of the DEO, Kara's no longer sort of a new reporter, she's the mentoring reporter. There's a lot of differences and a lot of changes. We've got Brainy, that for me, I think, for me to get used to the show again, it needs to resettle down. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's the start of a season, you kind of expect shake-ups and things. So I'm not like saying that the show being different means I don't like it. I love it. Kara is still an extremely important character to me. I think some of the changes, like Alex being the head of DEO and Kara being a mentor to Nia, were changes that I immediately was on board with. I loved them. I think they did them really well and I'm excited to see more of that. Nia was amazing. I also think it's going to be interesting to see if how James responds to being told he can't Guardian anymore, because I can't see him just accepting that. But there's a lot going on. Let's go.
Goodness here. Be that beacon of hope that
That's
we still
Kara.
need.
Yeah, it does. She's hijacked our democracy. She can't be trusted.
Why do you always insist on making our collective glass half empty?
I just broke up a fight between our own people here.
Oh, that Alex.
Those two are so far underground by now, they probably hit China.
There's two. That was information.
Visitor badge. Oh, okay.
Take care.
You could have asked for help, John.
I do miss him. Not that I don't enjoy your leadership. I can say pizza might be the right thing at this very moment for everyone.
Go.
All right.
Well, why can't humans be as powerful as aliens?
Well, what is it, Eve?
It's metahumans.
You know, Kevin.
I think Kara and Lena have fundamentally different opinions on aliens and alien rights. Lena is much better than the rest of the Luthers, but her Luther upbringing has kind of warped somewhat of her perception. And they're revealing all of the aliens that are using the image
Trying to
inducers.
take down the entire image.
Resort. Should communication fail?
People suck.
You need to back off. Did I stutter? I said back off.
I love Nia a lot.
Got it.
She's like already one of my favourite characters. I guess Brainy might have more of an understanding of why it's such a problem at the moment, even if it doesn't impact the future.
You, sir, are the traitor.
Go Nia.
I thought he was my friend.
A true friend will accept you for who you truly are.
You look familiar. Do I know you?
I don't believe so.
May I get to know you?
I think we can make that happen.
Oh. How?
My name's Mon-El.
Does he know her from the
If you
future?
truly want to fight,
His fiance's name Manchester. Sorry, this is a really serious moment, but she was investigating, that's why they found her.
another chance to fight for justice now.
Listen to her. I love Nia already.
Something
Like,
else that I want you to understand too is that
When innocent people are being attacked, it's not about balance. It's about justice.
I agree. I get where James is coming from, but I think there's more important things right now. Can you trace it?
It's a sonic attack.
Mercy's taken out our whole security team and got control of the whole building, but how?
Well, should I hide somewhere? Is there like a closet or somewhere where I can lay low?
The safest place for you to be right now is with me. I know Mercy's dangerous, but I know how to
She needs to
handle it.
escape, Lena, so she can come back and save the day.
Okay, so what's the plan? Do we split up?
Absolutely not. Safety in numbers.
So Kara's like, but I actually feel like I need to split up. I need to lose. Sorry, I just gotta go, okay? Kara, they saw that. I mean, I don't care about them,
Are you
but
okay? Yeah, Mercy must have hired terrible marksmen. Totally missed me.
you know you've got to figure this out, okay? The fact that Supergirl's not gonna come and help, and she would always come to help.
Supergirl has not arrived on the scene. Is the D?
Wait.
What is it? Is Mercy there?
His brain's not in it today.
Rather, no.
He's preoccupied.
Oh, I forgot to take my allergy medicine today. We need to get out of here.
think I'm safer here. This door looks so strong.
Okay, all right. Kara, I promise you are safer with me, all right? I got you. Right? Even.
Oh dear, Cara. I hope there's nothing Kryptonian-y like kryptonite here.
Move humans into a new phase of.
Look, there are meta-humans, okay? It's already happening. Just calm down.
Kara, get out!
Okay.
Finally, Cara thinks. And then magically Supergirl appears around now.
You got that backwards. The Luthor name doesn't deserve Lena.
You're in a crisis and you're happy to see me?
Yes.
Big admission from Lena. Please let this be the start of them just getting back on track and Lena stopping being all anti-Supergirl. The bigger villain is still out there wearing his mask. So you gonna write the editorial?
How do you know my name?
Her brother told her, obviously.
They
Just walk away, Jensen.
Is to protect that. And here you
I don't see how anyone really racist against aliens could work for the DEO when John was the old boss, Kara is like their star. Just walk away, Jensen. They're not worth it.
Barney,
Barney is my...
the next time someone tries to hurt you, you send them my way.
You're a true friend. All aliens deserve an Alex Danvers.
From someplace.
Thank you, James.
All of you know, but I know we are better than that. I know we can.
Jensen is not better than that.
Jensen, hey, I'm just checking in for an update on Mercy and Otis.
Has he seriously let them go and run off with them?
I
hope they killed him.
On the containment cell.
I don't actually hope they killed him, but I hope they at least locked him in the
Otis
cell.
seems...
It's weird.
I mean, this is the scariest villain of all.
Supergirl says that you should have hope.
All those people in that room.
So what do we do?
Apparently hide behind masks.
Vitality and security to
Hey,
this country.
why don't they put kryptonite in the atmosphere and then Kara can go to the future with Mon-El? Oh shit, they actually did it! Shit. I guess I really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was better than the premiere in a way. I think it's kind of uncomfortable to watch, but important at the same time. The way they're portraying the hate movement, that's the most terrifying villain they've had on this show. Just ordinary people who are having their insecurities and fears preyed upon by stronger people. It's what's happening in a lot of places today, particularly in Trump's America, but there's a bit, it's here too with Brexit, but I think it is worse in America. I'd like to think it was worse in America. I think it's hard to watch some of those scenes because I just feel that like anger inside and also the kind of powerlessness to like fix things or to make things better. I think it's brave of the show to tackle this issue because they're probably going to get a lot of criticism for not handling it properly or for making it seem too black and white or who knows. But I think they're doing a pretty good job with it so far. I think it's a necessary thing for us to talk about today, and at least they're trying to talk about it. They're not just glossing over what's happening in America right now. The ending, they put kryptonite, is that gone into the atmosphere like the whole way like it did with the lead for the Daxamites? Or was it just kind of over National City or that little area where Kara happened to be? I mean, Brainy was the one, I presume, who helped Mon-El be cured of his lead allergy. So could he similarly cure Kara of her kryptonite allergy? That would be handy, because then no one would be able to use that against her ever again. So yeah, the ending was very dramatic. Obviously, Kara's going to be fine, but like I said, I'm all for Kara just ditching this time period and going to the future with Mon-El. I seriously wouldn't, like that's a joke, because that's not what I want to happen at all. I liked the fact that James wrote the editorial, because I think Nia is such an important character, and how, I mean, she's amazing. Like, I love her. From her first scene, I loved her, and then every time she's on screen, I love her more. She's such an important character, significant in so many ways, and then she's got the same sort of thing Kara has about her, the kind of, the goodness and the compassion and the belief in people, but also holding people to be their best selves and wanting people to do the right thing, and almost expecting it of them because they're capable of it. And I think that is just something that I love about this show. And Nia, oh, she's already one of my favourite characters and she's been in 2 episodes. I was really glad when James did write the editorial. I think it is important to just be firm about where you stand, to not just sort of say, oh, we're looking at both sides, when with these issues, whatever people say, there is a right side and a wrong side. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sure there are people on the right side who will do things that are kind of wrong, but you know, the baseline is people being treated equal, people not being treated equal. So just standing up for the people who, having a magazine like Catco write something in support of aliens, in support of the minorities, in support of people being oppressed, would be so important to those people. I don't particularly enjoy Mercy or Otis. I find them a little over the top in a lot of the way. I don't know if it's that they're over the top or if they're just overly done characters or what it is, but they just, I was really excited when they were both in prison, and I was hoping that they would just, you know, go off to some DAO facility someplace, and then Agent Liberty would just be the bad guy in his mask, which looks ridiculous. But no, stupid Jensen. Agent Liberty is obviously terrifying. He is a villain that exists today, just obviously not with aliens being the issue, which is, like I said, even more terrifying. Though, I mean, he's all like, how dare these aliens hide their real selves? I'm just wearing this nice mask so none of you can see who I really am. But those aliens, they should not be hiding who they are. Like, hypocrites, all of them are hypocrites. And like all those people that lost jobs because of aliens. I mean, you lost a job, but was someone better qualified than you? Tough. You lost your home to an alien attack. Okay, yeah, that sucks, but who saved you from the alien attacks? Aliens. Who saved you from human attacks? Aliens. I mean, oh, it's just ignorance, and it makes me angry. I think John gave up on getting Alex's help very quickly. Like, Brainy obviously is still learning social cues and stuff, and John knows enough about him to not think that him coming over and interrupting was saying John wasn't important. I think once Brainy had finished talking, if John had waited a second, Alex would have been like, oh, I'm sorry about that, John, what was it you were saying? So I think he could definitely get DEO help with what he's looking into, especially now that he has a really good idea that something bad, something nefarious has happened to Fiona. His fiancé is called Manchester. I think it's because they're English that I find it really funny that he's called Manchester. At least she was English. Okay, she was an alien with an English accent who decided for some reason that England was a worse off place to live than America. When at the very, very least they're averagely the same, if not better in England. But anyway, I'm not getting into that politics today, I've talked about that too much. Brainy this episode, I actually enjoyed him, which is a big thing for me because I was never a huge fan of his last season. I didn't hate him, I just kind of, he was there. And I felt like they were trying to make him funny and he wasn't particularly funny. This episode, I think, it was a really good one because just in general with all of his interactions, he was more likeable. More, not even likeable, but more, I got more of a sense of him, of who he is. I think in the last episode, he kept being like, I was just doing things that I was like, you're intelligent, you've been on Earth for 6 months, you know how to interact a little bit better than you do, whereas there was none of that this episode. There was the amount you'd expect this episode. I really felt for him with, obviously when in the beginning when he talks to Alex, he's done the calculations, he knows that, well, this period of unrest lasts for 1.6 years or whatever, and he can kind of, you know, exactly around the time it should end if everything carries on the way it should, which the only thing that would change the future would be Brainy's being in the past, because otherwise what's happened to him. Anyway, you know, he knows exactly when this will end, he knows that it doesn't have any lasting repercussions because humans will get past it, etc. But then he experienced it for himself, and yeah, that, I think it was important for his character to feel more grounded in the time period he is living in, because he's not in the future, he is now, and he's a part of now because he's here. I'm here for him having a friendship with Nia. I actually think they were really, really, like, they were really good together. I mean, it's very early days. Any kind of relationship that those two had, I would definitely like. Also, the whole sequence in which Kara kept trying to get away and so she could come back as Supergirl, and Lena was like, don't be scared, I'll protect you. Lena must think that Kara is the most pathetic, easily frightened person, which isn't Kara at all. I mean, I think in that situation I'd probably be like, Lena, should I hide? Okay, no, yeah, I'm gonna hide behind you. But it was quite funny to see Kara in that position. And then the fact that the minute Kara managed to leave and be on her own, Supergirl appears, and then Kara just never came back? Or did Kara drop Mercy off, rush back and get dressed again and be like, oh Lena, I've just been hiding in the loo and is it safe now? That was very well done and very funny. And I still love Eve Tesmacher, she's amazing. And I'm glad that she's at Luther Corp. Sorry, at L Corp. I'm very sorry, Lena. I think there was a good moment this episode in which Lena was just happy to see Supergirl and she was not angry at Supergirl. And I hope she heard what Supergirl said about how, no, the Luther name doesn't deserve Lena, because that was something that really irritated me last season, was Lena's anti-Supergirl stance that she decided to take up. I think Kara and Lena's friendship, they have such a, like, they love each other, they are such good friends, but Lena, like she said, she doesn't want to pick a side in this black and white debate. I'm sorry, it is black and white, you know, being oppressive towards people or not. You know, you can have equality and then work out things about, well, how are we going to have aliens with powers, etc. And you can work through that. That and the fact that she agrees the president should step down. Kara didn't really want her to. I mean, I think probably the president didn't have much choice but to step down. Women and minorities are held to far greater account than white men. But I just think Lena is more anti-alien than Kara, and I think a large part of that is just because she was raised by the Luthers, and you know, I think she's done well. She's not as anti-alien as them, she's fairly pro-alien, you know, fairly equality, but she has that part of her that doesn't trust them, that instinctively won't fully side with them, which I would like to see her moving past this season, but I could also see her going the other way. Especially, I don't know, I think she will not take finding out Kara is Supergirl very well at all. Also, Mercy's whole thing about humans need to have powers. Like, there are metahumans in this world, we've run into a few of them, like, it's happened to some people already, just get over it. But yeah, that was a good episode, a lot of issues raised and handled quite well. I fell in love with Nia even more. Brainy grew on me a lot, which I'm really glad about because I was thinking, oh, I don't want to spend the whole season hating on him. So yes, thank you for watching.